Hi guys. Hey. Alright, so I'm just going to go ahead and get this started. So hi, my name is Kasey J. Smith. Oh, hello. Hi, I'm Kasey J. Smith. I'm a holistic health coach and a mom of two and a clean eating educator. And today I wanted to talk to you guys about getting your picky eaters to eat healthy. Yay, yeah. No. I need to do more of these, but it's hard to find the time when the little one's taking a nap and the other one's distracted. So, but I'm glad you're here. So excited to have you. Thank you for the hearts. So I know a lot of moms follow me. So if you're a mom and you have kids, please let me know on how many you have and maybe their ages if you want to add that too. Because I personally have, that? I've got a 4.5-year-old and a 1.5-year-old, and they're both boys. And I know that they can be extremely picky eaters most of the time. And sometimes they surprise me with what they eat. But I just wanted to share a couple of tips with you guys today about how to get your picky eater to eat some healthy food. So my first tip is to, one boy who is one. Oh, is he still eating everything that you give to him? And what was your name again? Can you let me know? Holly. Okay, thank you. Yeah, that's, my youngest is 19 months, or will be 19 months in about a couple of days. And, he's still pretty good about eating everything that I make, but he's starting to really use that power of, decision making and shaking his head no to things that I, will put in front of him, which, is okay. I want him to, get to choose things, but it's getting a little, that's around the time that my oldest started, getting a bit pickier. So these are the tips that I incorporate to get my kids to eat better. So one is to make it fun and get them involved. Yeah, unfortunately they, have their own little taste and every kid's different too. But, there's always things that you can do to encourage them to eat healthier. So getting them involved in the kitchen if they're old enough, of course, excuse me. When my 4-year-old helps me, I'll give him like a butter knife that's kind of sharp, but not too sharp, to help me chop up veggies. And, one day we were in the kitchen and I asked him to come help me, and he loves to help me any chance he gets, which is great. So he came over and I had a huge head of cauliflower that I was chopping up, and I asked him to help me. So he starts cutting off, some of the flowerets and pulling them off. And I didn't ask him to eat any. I actually didn't expect him to eat any. He does like broccoli, but he's never really shown much interest in cauliflower. And so he just started, he was like, "Oh, what is this, Mom?" And I was like, "Oh, that's cauliflower." And he's like, "Oh, okay." And so he takes it and he starts eating it. And he's like, "Oh, this is good." I was like, "What?" Sweet. And he just keeps eating and eating and eating. And I was like, "You go right ahead. You have all the cauliflower you want." So, getting them involved in the kitchen helps. Anytime that he helps me make something, he's more prone to eat it. He doesn't always eat, his veggies like he should, but it definitely helps. Also, if you can handle taking them to the grocery store, which, sometimes it's hit or miss. Yeah, no stopping the cauliflower eating. Yeah, I was so excited about that. I'm going to close this window a little bit. I think the light's kind of, I'm like neon almost. Okay, there we go. I think that's better. Well, no, that made it worse. Oh, now it's my computer screen. Sorry. Bear with me. Okay, so yeah, getting them involved. Grocery shopping, if you can handle it, depending on their age. With my 1.5-year-old, I always have him in my carrier. I have a Lily baby carrier. He's getting almost too big because he's just getting so big, and just so heavy. I'm almost can't like handle carrying him around anymore, but I'll have him in my pack. And the Kroger that we typically go to, we either go to Kroger or we go to Aldi's, and that's our choices. That's our best choices here where I live in West Tennessee. We do have a natural foods grocer, which is great, and I go there for some specialty items. But for my everyday grocery shopping, I go to Kroger or Aldi's because it's like 10 minutes down the road from me, and the natural grocers is all the way on the other side of town. Still a great store. But anywho, so yeah, the Kroger has like the tiny shopping carts for kids, and my 4-year-old loves it. It's a blessing and a curse all at the same time, because he wants to, he feels like a little big person, and he's so proud of himself, and he gets to push the shopping cart around, and he loves that. But then he will just start like taking off and not, listening. So that's an issue sometimes. Sometimes he's great. So, but when he has his cart, we hit the produce aisle first, and he's like, oh, let's get some broccoli. What's this, Mom? Let's get that. Like, he'll want to pick out all these fruits and veggies and things, and he wants to have it in his cart. And because he knows this stuff is healthy for him, because I talk about, oh, well, carrots are, have a lot of beta carotene in them, and they're good for, your sight, so you can see better. And so he's like, oh, carrots are for super sight. Also, if you've ever heard of Super Sprouts, it's a little show on YouTube. You should check it out. And it talks about different foods and their superpowers and their actual characters, like Sam Spinach, he's super stretchy. Brian Broccoli is super strong, and Colby Carrot has super sight. So Bridger has seen these for a while, and so we'll talk about the different benefits of vegetables. So it's really neat to, show that to your kids, and even the little ones love it because they have songs and dance around and do fun stuff. So, okay, so that was my number one tip. Sorry, I'm kind of drawing this out a little bit longer, but number 2 is an effective way. Some people aren't as excited about this approach, but number 2 would be to stop giving your kids snacks. Yes, I said that. No snacks. So when you don't give them snacks, they'll actually be hungry when you serve dinner or lunch or whatever it is that you're serving. It doesn't mean that you can't give them any snacks at all, but especially like for them to eat dinner, I know it's... What, honey? Okay, you go potty. He has to inform me that he has to go to the bathroom, sorry. But if you cut down on the snacking, or you make the snackings maybe better quality, or maybe not so, don't give them like basically a meal for a snack, because then they're obviously going to be full from that snack, and they're not going to eat dinner when you sit down to eat dinner. So, if you can kind of get their appetite going and get them used to, not snacking during the day, that will help them eat an actual meal. You don't have to do that, but that's just one of my tips, because when I cut down on the snacking, they always eat more. And typically when I serve a meal, it has a lot healthier food than just a snack. Like he likes peanut butter on like a piece of it's called Seed-tastic bread, and it's Aldi's organic bread that he'll eat, but it's pretty filling. So I try not to give that to him too much. And if we're do maybe like carrot sticks sometimes, that's great. All right, so number 3 is for getting your picky eater to eat veggies. Oh, too much at daycare. Yeah, I know that when my 4-year-old, because the youngest one hasn't been anywhere yet, we started going to, he went to like a Mother's Day out twice a week last year. We didn't sign him up this year because I kind of forgot, so it was too late. But when he did that, yeah, they had lots of snacks. They would, like, oftentimes when I went to pick him up, and this was at 2:30 is when we would pick them up on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and they would have give them cookies like right before they left, or they would give them, or had like Fruit Loops. Like, that's was the first time that my son had ever even seen a Fruit Loop, was the first day of Mother's Day out, and they put it on the table. It's like, oh great, here we go. Which I'm not I'd like a, Nazi when it comes to, healthy food. Like, I'd let him have treats. He's eating Happy Meals. I'm not like gonna completely, ban those things. It's okay every now and then, but okay, honey, I'll be there in just a second. I'm gonna have to hurry this one up because he's in the bathroom. I'm gonna go help him. But so anyway, yeah, that's when that snacking started happening more, and he would be full from that, so then he wouldn't eat dinner. So I totally sympathize with you, Holly. Yeah, mom life for real. And let's see. Courtney, I'm glad to have you here. Courtney, do you have any little ones, or what are their ages? Just let us know in the comments. I'm going to move on to, okay. So number 3 is to serve veggies first for the meal. So if this is something that has its pros and cons, 2, 4, and 7. Oh, wow. Oh, that's great. Yeah, sugary snacks are... Okay, honey, I'll be there in just a second. Sugary snacks are definitely something that, really targeted as like kid food, or, it's okay for kids to have because, it'll shut them up or whatever. But, yeah, let's cut back on the sugary stuff. Give them some veggies, or give them some, some cheese or something, like some real cheese or peanut butter that doesn't have sugar. My 4-year-old, if I make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich for him, it includes 2 pieces of extremely hearty and dense whole grain bread, typically organic, and then we have natural peanut butter, no sugar added at all, and then I put like the thinnest like little strip of jelly I possibly can. Yeah, exactly. Kids have the same risk as we do, so knowing how sugar impacts our health as adults and how that can lead to things like diabetes or other issues, it's the same thing for kids. You're just giving it to them earlier, and then you're setting them up to be even more addicted and prone to these things, and then later on in life they're going to have more issues. Some of them will get over that. I ate tons of junk food when I was little. I was extremely active though, but now I eat really healthy, but I always my mom was always had vegetables too. Right, exactly. We can't live on mac and cheese. Like, that would make me go insane. Like, you need fat, you need protein, totally. Yeah, I played tons of sports. I ate like a man. Like, I could out-eat some of the football players in high school. Like, I could eat just tons of food and it didn't affect me. But I still ate vegetables, but, I definitely love to pig out on some stuff. Yeah. The products are definitely a lot different. Many more flavor enhancers. We're getting better, and companies are starting to change because they're seeing that consumer demand, because especially as mothers, we are saying we're not going to buy this product if it's going to contain, all BHT and MSG and all of these ridiculous ingredients. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, the wild cheese stuff. Yeah, I checked that stuff out, and that was really neat. I need to look into more of that, Holly. But yeah, that's, more natural things that don't have all these additives and fillers and everything. So, so just quickly kind of, I guess, wrap this up so I can go to the bathroom. He's just sitting there. Yeah, serve the veggies first at dinner. And, and like I was saying, this has its pros and its cons. It can be, if you serve it first and they're hungry, if they haven't had a snack, like, 20 minutes before dinner's ready, and then they're not hungry, they're probably not going to eat anything anyway. But if you give them the veggies first when they're the hungriest, they're more prone to actually eat that because they're hungry and they want to eat something. I'm coming, honey. Give me just a second. Then give them, if you eat meat, give them the meat, and then, the carbs or whatever that you're going to have. And then also, always have one thing, always serve one thing that that they will eat, or at least that they like, so they have that option. When you're sitting down to eat, maybe put a little bit of everything on their plate, or if you serve your meal where you have it all on the table and everybody gets their own serving, let them serve themselves, if they're old enough, obviously. And then let them know, I'm coming, honey, and then let them know that, they can have a little bit of everything, or they can just have their favorite thing, or, you know, put the veggies or whatever on their plate. Just tell them you don't have to eat it. That's simple as that. And you can keep introducing new foods or keep introducing the same thing that they haven't tried yet. And you might be surprised by them just, you know, out of curiosity and just wanting to do it themselves. Because a lot of times we try to make these decisions for our kids. And I know it as an adult, I don't like it when somebody tells me what to do. I don't. Like, if somebody tells me what to do, most of the time I'm like, oh, I'm not going to do that. Which is, you know, silly. But it's kind of, I'm coming, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm going to wrap this up. Yeah, just let them have that decision. Give them some choices. Make them feel like they're their own person and they get to choose what goes in their body. Try to make it something healthy. Talk about the health benefits, but don't sit there and be like, oh, well, if you don't eat this, then you don't get this. You know, if you're going to have dessert, then, because I've tried that. It doesn't really work. You know, I try to be very mindful and very careful about how I talk about food, how we have, how we interact with food. When I was younger, I had a mild eating disorder, so I don't want any of that to affect my children, and so I don't want to make food like a reward, and I don't want to make it a punishment either. So I just want to let them know that, hey, this stuff is healthy for you. You know, if something like his father got a bag of like Doritos a couple weeks ago at something, and Bridger calls them hot chips, and now he thinks, he's like tried them, he's like, ooh, I love hot chips. Yeah, it is a delicate balance, Holly. And I was like, well, you can have a couple, you know, you can have a couple of these, because he was asking for more. I was like, this is a sometimes food. I don't want to say it's just like outright bad, you know, which I think it is, but again, that balance of, you know, not wanting to form like these strange behaviors around food. Let's just say we can have that sometimes, but that's not something we want to eat all the time, because that's not the type of food that makes me feel good. You know, that's usually the kind of food that makes your tummy hurt. So we'll talk about things like that. And then my final tip, so far we've gone through, so get them involved in the kitchen and shopping if you, if they're old enough, or if you want to take them to the store. I know sometimes that's not always the best idea. So get them involved, try to cut down on snacks, especially before meals. Serve the veggies first, and then I'm coming, honey, and then always serve like the vegetable first, or give them, you know, make sure you've got the one thing on the table that you know that they'll eat, or at least that they like. They might not eat at that time, but at least they'll have something to choose from. And then you tell them, you know, you don't have to eat this other stuff, but it's here, you know. And I found that incorporating that has worked really well for us so far, but everybody's different, so just keep trying. My fifth and final tip is my fail-proof way to always get very clean, very nutritious food into my boys is green smoothies. It's simple as that. Like, making a green smoothie, they love to help me. They love throwing, like my 4-year-old will throw in handfuls of spinach. He's like, oh yeah, let's put some more of that in there. Let me put some blueberries in there. Oh, do you want some banana? Okay, we'll put banana in there. You know, and then it could just be almond milk, and that could be it. Just bananas, almond milk, spinach, and blueberries. That might be it. Or we might add some chia seeds or some flax seeds. Or if this is going to be taking the place of a meal, and maybe not so much as, you know, if we want to be a little bit heartier, I put in a scoop of our plant protein, or I might put a little bit of our greens blend or something. You know, just try to get like a bunch of nutrition all at once. Both my boys love that. Yeah, it's the Life's Abundance is what I use, and you can find out more about that brand at Eat Clean with Kasey, and that's EATCLEANKASEY. So my name is Kasey, Kasey. Wait, no, I did not spell it right. EatCleanWithKasey.com, and my name is Kasey. That was, I did not. And this is the greens blend that I'm sipping on right now. He calls this Hulk juice. That's Bridger calls it Hulk juice, and my boys love it. And it is hands down the best tasting greens blend I have ever had. Like, I've had so many. Oh, that's so cute. Is it in Sweden? Oh, that's adorable. Oh my gosh, that is too cute. I love that. Aw, that's so sweet. I love how they, their little words that they mess up. It's, sometimes people don't understand, but it's so cute, and then it'll be gone before you know it. So just try to enjoy like their little, mannerisms and things that they say. But yeah, so green smoothies, and I have a free ebook that I wrote all about green smoothies. So it is called Green Smoothies for Kids. And, oh, thank you for the hearts. Thank you. And let me see if I can show you real quickly on here. If you just go, I don't have a direct URL to it. I do have a bit.ly link, but that can be confusing sometimes. Let me see here. I'm going to flip this around if I can get it to work. There we go. So it's Green Smoothies for Kids, and it includes 4 smoothie recipes. There's an ice cream recipe. There is a popsicle recipe. I made everything where it's really printable and user-friendly, so you can print out the recipes and cut them out. You can print out the shopping list, and let's see. Let me get over to this. I'm working on something else. I'll just write out the bit.ly link so it goes directly to it. So I should have done it. I'm coming, honey. I am so sorry. So it is bit.ly/smoothies for kids. So if you go to that link, it will take you to this sign up form. Oh wait, smoothies with an S, Smoothies for Kids. So if you go to that link, it will take you, let me double check I did that right. Yes, it will take you right there. So it's smoothies plural dash for kids, and that's a free ebook. It's about 10 to 11 pages, I believe. It just talks about how, it shares some of the tips that I covered with you today, and some tips on, I have a green smoothie formula chart that shows you how to create your own smoothie magic, and it makes it really simple and easy to do. And, you don't have to use the protein, you don't have to use the greens. I love it, and I use it, and it's the cleanest stuff that I found. So, it makes it taste a lot better, but it's not necessary. So, but to make it give a little bit of a protein boost, what, honey? Okay, thank you for letting me know. You can wipe your own bottom, honey.
I don't want to.
Yeah, he's almost 5. He should be wiping his own bottom, but, and he can. He just chooses not to most of the time, so he wouldn't be back there fussing if he would just wipe his own butt, but, we're working on that. But thank you so much for those of you who stuck with me today. Holly, thank you. And Courtney, are you still in here? Thank you so much for being here and for joining me. And I really hope you can use some of these tips. I'm going to be writing out a blog post on this topic, so I'll be sharing that with you guys. So if you just go to KaseyJSmith.com, you can I've got several different things that you can sign up for that will put you on my email list. So I've got like a 7-day smoothie challenge and a 7-day clean eating recipe guide, a couple of different things. If you just sign up for one of those, I'll be sending out a blog post about, all the things that we covered today, and also one of my best budget-friendly meals that I make for the family that makes a ton of food, and it's extremely affordable. It costs, if you did a vegetarian version, it cost less than $6, and it made 1 dinner and 2 lunches worth. So, and it was spaghetti, and it's really healthy. So I'll be putting that out soon, and with the recipe and everything. So thank you so much for joining me again. My name is Kasey Smith. I'm a holistic health coach, and now the little one's awake too, so I'll be going. Thank you guys. Have a great day or night wherever you're at, and I will see you later. Bye.
I want to say hi to her.
Oh, you want to say hi? Okay.
Hi.
Yeah, that's Brenda. Say hi.
Hi.
What are carrots good for? Do you know what carrots are good for? What?
For nutrients.
Nutrients. Yes, they have nutrients. They're saying hi. They said, hey, buddy. All right, I've got to go get my 1.5-year-old. He just woke up from his nap. So thanks, ladies. Have a good day. Bye.